Hi there, I'm Joel from Nuage Networks again. Now we're going to go through the instantiation of a template for a new layer 3 service. Templates can be instantiated into an instance as many times as required. Any changes made in the template are also reflected in all the instances. Templates provide a good way to create a default set of rules, ACLs and policies associated with a particular service definition. So from our new organization we created in the first video, we will be going to go to the design view under networks. In here we can see that currently there is no templates or layer 3 domains. What we're going to do is create a layer 3 domain, so we click plus and we're going to call this L3 simple one zone. This is the basic designer view. This root object here is going to control some certain variables that all of the sub objects will inherit, such as whether or not they will be encrypted by default, whether or not DPI will be turned on, if there is a QoS service applied to the entire VPRN or layer 3 service, whether or not we're going to inject or receive channels for multicast from the underlay, if there is any BGP associations, and whether or not we're allowed to use it. For a really basic layer 3 service, we're going to create a single zone, which we do by looking in the library, which is in this lower right hand side corner. And we're just going to call this default zone. Here again we can override certain settings, such as whether encryption is on this particular zone or DPI is on. You can again also set particular QoS for that zone or multicast. Under the zone we're going to create a subnet template. This template will be a subnet available to all instances of this domain. Here we can set which range that subnet is going to be, whether it's dual stack or single IPv4 stack, and gateway address. Once the subnet is created, we can set further options. Such as blocking proxy ARP, whether or not we're going to block routing from within the hosts that belong to the subnet, and whether DPI is enabled. Again, we can put QoS at this level of granularity or multicast at this level of granularity. We also can specify a DHCP server range for addresses that will be assigned to hosts that are attached to the subnet. I'm going to start my pool at 10. Host pools and bridge pools operate slightly differently. Whereas a bridge pool operates like a standard DHCP server, a host pool will operate on a one-to-one basis with individual VMs behind a vPort. And that concludes the creation of an L3 service template in the VSD.